Yes.
You saying this to a man who's going to be turning 40 in a couple months.
Only as old as you feel, right?
Something
Let-
means just a number, something.
I mean, it really kind of is. Like, the oldest person alive passed away recently, like they were like 115, and like they were still doing races and shit for their age group at like 95 or 100, and they were like an Olympic level athlete in their youth. So like I know not all of us are like at that fitness level, but I'm just saying it's possible.
You're not wrong. When we went to USMS Masters, there was a couple of people in that 90 plus age division swimming the mile. Well, folks, it is 8:34 in the D&D time. So, before we get started with our adventure into part 3 of our Revel's End invasion, we need a recap. So if you are interested in doing the recap, please give me a recap roll into chat. I see a 3. I see an 11. I'm going to have to sell that to Gaiman. Going once. Going twice. I'll sell it to Gaiman. Gaiman, take it away on the recap roll for this evening.
3 times a lady, I think is the saying. Anyhow, so previously we just finished up kicking the shit out of the guards that were stationed by the front gates. Made a pretty quick work of them. He patched ourselves up, took advantage of what resources were there, and then using the intelligence I had gathered, what information Alicia gathered with her scrying eye, and me being, old cumulonimbus and whatnot. We made our way to the warden's office to take the fight to the enemy some more. I did manage to convince everyone that it would be to put it in terms that Lotus would use. I could weekend at Bernie's our way into the office where the enemy is holding hostages, and we might be able to bamboozle them. Well, it worked up to a point, but then the cultists started getting mouthy. Then Lotus, gave as good as she got, and then they started offering hostages. So yeah, it got really messy really quick, but we did save some of the hostages. Primarily, the warden. It was kind of a more an even tougher fight yet again. We're left with an indeterminate number of cultists still roaming the castle, the fortifications, and we're currently trying to discuss what we want to do. Whether we don't want to leave enemies at our back, clear house, truss up or kill the lot of them, or whether we're going for no fireball left unthrown in our desire to eliminate threats to two towns. So that's kind of where we're at, discussing our options up there in the office before we crack on. Also, on a non in-game note, for those of you who like beer, if you like dark beer, check out Dragon Milk's website. It is a really good dark beer. If you like dark beer, normally it's like 11% alcohol by volume. Readily available through most distributors. They're doing a D&D special edition release next week that you can potentially get in stores. More than likely, you'll have to order direct because like some of their specialty stuff is like you can get a special dice tower with your beer as well. And because it's a D20, they're upping the ABV on this special release beer to 20 ABV. So yeah,
Oh my god.
heavy stuff.
So this
Okay,
is Dragon
yes.
Milk is a brewery.
Yeah,
Cool.
just Google Dragon's Milk. It'll pop up.
Oh,
That's-
thanks, Pockets. We just got a bunch of fanspirations.
That shit would fuck you up. 20% ABV?
Yeah.
Beer?
Yep.
Well, if you are of strong constitution and stronger heart, definitely stronger than I, take a sip of the dragon's milk.
Is this the
No,
part
no.
where we also put the legal disclaimer, like, for those of legal drinking age, please drink responsibly?
I mean, you could do that, but I'm not.
My
gonna.
channel is for mature audiences, so take it with will.
There you go. It's already implied.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Well, thank you so much for that recap. Please give yourself a DM inspiration for this evening's session. And let us look at our factspiration question for this evening. Damn! 3. What type of sunglasses does your character prefer to wear? I'm excited to hear about your guys' sunglasses styles here. So let us look at our list of players. And let's start with Akia. Akia, what type of sunglasses does Akia rock?
Both Akia and myself would answer, there's different types of sunglasses?
My friend,
apparently.
there's many different types of sunglasses, is what Mr. Nabanaker would answer to you. You've got aviators. You've got the cat eye glasses. You've got the sunglasses that baseball players wear, the big old shade ones. There's lots of different types.
Oh, wow.
There's a list.
May
Yeah,
I,
but
may
they're-
I
they all look
offer
the
up an
same.
answer on Akia's behalf.
Sure.
Oh wait, all these are the same. Hold on a second. The hell? Not the right image.
Yeah.
Akia would say polarized. Is that a type? Is that a type?
Well, sunglasses are kind of they're tinted. I was going to say inherently polarized, but not all of them are. I feel like Akia would go old school and he'd wear welder's goggles, like the original sunglasses.
Oh, yeah.
Very steampunk, kind of stuff that you
Mhm.
would make yourself.
Oh, I like that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to Bigfoot your answer. Just I feel like that is the vibe I get off Akia myself.
So we thinking welder's goggles then for Akia's sunglasses?
Yes.
Akia, please award yourself a factspiration point.
Okay.
And let us continue. Let us look at our players list. Lotus, Evilise, what type of sunglasses do you prefer to wear, or what is your favorite type?
Well, it took a lot of time to think about this, especially, with my job working in an optometrist's office. And I saw this really cool pair that I think Lois would like. Let me throw up the image real quick. These ones here. These nice sort of like circular frames with like purple lenses and like here, sort of like a almost like cyberpunk style look.
I like it. Very cool. Well, Lotus, please award yourself a factspiration point. You may need it going into tonight's session. What type of sunglasses would Alicia wear? Or is Alicia the type that believes that staring at the sun is directly healthy for your eyes? Being a cleric of Lathander.
Not that crazy. But if two look into the sun, definitely want to have the proper protection, and I think they would go with some. I think the recent one that I posted in there, the round glasses to the bottom left, that kind of have a little bit of a pinkish frame, I think would be probably not the same pink frame, but I think those are the kind that they would go for.
I could see it, and I think they would match Alicia's style and kind of her attitude. You got to match the style and attitude. Well, let us ask. Please take Faxpiration point. What would Gaiman's sunglass choice be?
So I gave this some thought, and I feel like even though Gaiman's been on a bit of a journey, we would have to go with like the energy he gives off at the beginning of the campaign. So I feel like it's the very aggressive kind of broy, big energy, and for good or for ill, it's the Oakley wraparound sunglasses with the red tint.
Oh gosh, okay. We're gonna have to get Gaiman like a big like flat bill to put those on when he goes inside.
It's that, or it's like basically the ski goggles that Macho Man Randy Savage wore, but those are more like ski goggles, not really sunglasses. So
For sure. I could see Gaiman wearing those, and that would look really cool, I think, on Gaiman's head. So, Gaiman, please give yourself a Faxpiration point for tonight's session. If you guys would like to ask one of your NPCs the answer to this question, you guys can roll off for their potential answer to this, just for funsies. I see a 5, a 6, and a 13. So, Lotus, which NPC would you like to ask the answer to this question?
Alright, well, first I was going to ask our good buddy Icewind Dale, but you look at his token art and you can clearly see what he's wearing.
His aviators are on already.
Yep. I know it's the obvious choice, but I am kind of curious if Watto was to wear sunglasses, what style would he pick?
The obvious answer would be like, he'd wear some cat eye frames to match his literal cat eyes. But no, he would actually rock a pair of sunglasses that look just like, and here I'm going to post the image here. Just like Gary Oldman wore in Bram Stoker's Dracula. Give me one moment. I'll post that picture here, guys. They're kind of round.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Actually, that works because it's like couple sunglasses, kind of what they got going on.
Absolutely. So he'd kind of rock those, and he would want to wear it, with his fancy wizard robes. I think Watto would even want to get a top hat too.
Yeah, I could definitely see that in both cases.
And I agree. Yeah, they would have kind of a couple's sunglasses theme going on, which would be pretty cool. All right. Well, we are all now powered with Faxpiration, powered with D and Inspiration. And I can take us back. Should be our scene here. You are all just reveling over the defeat of the cultists of Auril and your rescue of the Absolution Council and the Warden of Revel's End. And you all can tell me what your follow-up plans are now.
Well, we had just voted to not rest until we get rid of these guys.
Yeah. Pretty much it.
Did we find out if there were any other survivors? Did Gaiman or Alicia see any other survivors in their trips through the place?
In your trips through Revel's End as a arcane eye and as a cloud of misty smoke, you do not see any other survivors. These people have been kind of rummaging through the place, tracking these people down one by one, killing them in this assault on Revel's End, or they have already been freed and added to their army of Auril's darkness.
The only other place was the courtyard.
If we fight too many of them at once, we will be overrun.
Oh, I mean, that's if we get hemmed in.
I think we can use corridors to our advantage if we're able to funnel them in somewhere.
We might attack them in the courtyard and then withdraw down a narrow corridor.
Or we could try and bring them to us.
That might be advantageous if we can prepare something. Do you mean here?
Well, I mean, like, right outside. Like, you have, like, what is it, the glyph? Glyph of Warden or whatever?
I don't have a glyph of warding.
I was just thinking we could be trapped the whole way right outside the door.
It's something I could, but I would need the day to focus on preparing that spell.
Oh, well.
The one thing that I'm thinking of is being able to cut them off, put up another wall of fire, separating some of them from one another.
I like the idea of attacking them and luring them down a narrow place of combat.
If we're able to lure some of them, I can cut them off from the rest. And that'll give us some time to at least focus on the ones that are immediately next to us.
Marta, is there a narrow approach to the courtyard we could use to our advantage?
Marta lays out a map of Revel's End from one of her various stacks of papers around. She says, let's check the map real quick, as she looks at the map. She points to where you currently are. We are here in this tower. The central courtyard is surrounded by a pentagon-esque shape, and she shows you the pentagon shape on the map, kind of drawing a pentagon, and you are above that pentagon in the Warden's Tower, essentially way up high. So there are narrow hallways that we could retreat into, and she shows you that between the cells, However, because of the shape of the prison, they would have access to, if you were in one hallway, kind of surround you on 3 sides. She shows you on the map here. This is going to be easier for me to do this way. So she draws a pentagon on the map. Oh my god, did I just draw a stop sign? Is it actually a stop sign?
Yeah, you
Let me look.
It is actually a stop sign.
Let me look. Okay, it's actually a stop. Let me go back. Jesus, I'm sorry. I did not do very well in high school geometry. It's like this. There we go. And then there's an inter-pentagon in the middle. Like that. And there's little hallways at each corner. This way. That you could move out of and they could move into. But you might find yourself being surrounded on 3 sides if they choose to move around you.
Well, I can cut off one of those passageways, so limit it down to 2.
You know, another option, if we want to, bring them up, is we could open up the windows and I could start playing my drum. And
Or we could.
that kind of noise carries, bring them up to investigate. That way, it's not a matter of cutting off. And, we kind of surprised them. We lay an ambush. Because otherwise, we're going to basically have to go hunting. And there's no guarantee we can, pick the landscape of the fight, you know what I mean?
I'm not sure that fighting here is advantageous. It's so open. In fact, I believe
that's why we'd have to contain it by the door. We have to push it out in the hallway.
I would rather us not have any fights near here. There's already one counselor who is severely injured, and also very
I
bad.
agree. I don't think we should fight in here.
We should keep the fighting as far as possible.
I think it would be very easy to get overrun and surrounded in here.
All right.
And from the looks of it, Warden, this chamber only has one entrance and exit, correct? Through the front there?
That's correct. Unless you count the windows as an exit.
Well,
Or an entrance. But knowing that if you exit out the window, you're going to be going down several stories to the ground below.
I'd like to avoid that.
The hallway outside had windows we could fire out of and get their attention. If they came up, there's only... It seems like there should be some place where we can make their avenues of attack more narrow. The last room we were in had 2 doors. We could bar one. I recall near this end of the hexagon, Akia pointing at the map, there was the security entrance. Possibly we could fight our way through there and then escape behind a security gate, leaving them in a small area.
Oh, Warden, does Revel's End have a sound system? Something for thaumaturgy?
Not. Yes, we have a system that allows me to make announcements to everyone here in the prison.
I know at Boulder's Gate, one of the theater houses has a setup that allows for thaumaturgy to kind of project a voice over the audience. If we're able to, say, give a broadcast and say that we're going to try and rally at a particular area, maybe that will get their attention, and then we can catch them when they're, well, I guess they're trying to figure out what's going on.
Yes, that could definitely work.
So if we know if they're of an area that we can kind of enclose them in and say that that is our supposed rallying point, maybe that will lure them there.
I don't see why that wouldn't work. The warden will say.
Turns to the body. Thoughts?
I mean, sure, we can. There's many ways to lure them to a place. I think finding the place, though, where do we lure them to?
Is there
I mean,
like
we
a
can lower them back to the front gate. If we get there ahead of them, the rest of you could, post up on the roof. There's that hole in the ceiling.
we could say that we are for all survivors to head to the docks. That would kind of gather them into that one area. It is a little bit more open, but we could essentially force them to have their backs to the water.
Is that better than the courtyard? Maybe.
It gives
You
us
know, perhaps.
both, free range of movement, but at least we won't get hemmed in on all sides. And that firewall's pretty, the wall file's pretty flexible.
And I'm thinking if we can tell them to go to the docks, essentially, then we come up from behind them. Then, I mean, they only would have to get through us or go back through the sea.
And if we get them on the docks and I blast them around a bit, we could have them take a nice dip in the water.
How would we get them onto the dock?
We have the warden make an announcement. So
And
they
we
but
do
it-
have PBR still.
we don't have to use specifics. The warden makes an announcement to all surviving, guards or staff, however she wants to word it. There's a ship waiting to evacuate us on the docks. Make all haste. Meet you there.
All right. We'll need to send a message to the crew. Make sure that they don't get too close to the dock, or else the cultist will board the ship. And then we would have a new problem. But other than that, I like it.
Well, said crew would consist of our companions, and I think they can handle. I think they can defend the ship quite well. And if we're there to help assist them, that will at least bolster their chances.
All right. So we should. Oh.
Are there reservations that you have,
Oh.
Kia?
I just had the thought that if Marta makes that announcement, instead of going to the dock, they might come looking for the room used to make announcements.
But the point of the announcement is to say that everyone will be heading there. So eventually they'll know that Marta and
Right.
anyone else will be heading to the docks.
Maybe
It would just be a matter of time.
maybe I should make the announcement, and then I can fly up high enough that they don't get distracted going somewhere else, but still able to see me.
I mean,
I would just hate for them to hear Marta make the announcement, us go to the dock, and then a group of them come and attack the control room. It's what I would do if I was them.
Set up set up a defensive position at the control room, as you put it.
Well, if I make the announcement and then they see me fly to the dock, they would have no reason to go to the control room. I just think that would be an option that would not put them in danger.
They would have
they
to
could hide
see
somewhere
you,
else.
and there's no guarantee of any of that. I see where you're coming from, and you raise a valid point, but
Marta, where is this control room?
Or we could go to the dock and I think I've got it prepared. Yes. I can use skywriting to send the message.
To answer your question, it's one floor below us. There is a guard room that has the speaker that I will cast my voice into.
Are there any passageways that lead outside from there, or is it all inside the prison from that point?
When we leave this floor, we would take the stairs down one floor to it's in the guard barracks that this announcement comes from. Or, if we walk out from this room, we can take the stairs up to the tower roof, if we choose. The roof does have a drawbridge on it, if we choose. If there's ever an airship that comes to Revel's Inn, we can use a lever to lower the drawbridge. I don't know if that helps or hurts your planning.
Well, we don't have access to an airship, so unfortunately it doesn't exactly help us in this regard.
Yeah, Lewis will just mumble under her breath, well, not yet, we don't.
I like the plan. I just believe that it would be slightly less dangerous for Marta and the rest of the council if one of us made the announcement, so that they wouldn't go looking for the council.
Well, I could probably do it if you want, and if we need to make a quick getaway, if one of you wants to accompany me, I've got this. And she pulls out a scroll. It's just me saying that I do still have a scroll of Dimension Door on me.
Hmm. I could also make us a zip line. I've heard that a long rope, you can slide down it. That could get us to the dock. That scroll is just very valuable.
Well, you are right. It's yeah, if you have the resource to do that, I don't see why not.
Gaiman has a lot of rope, right?
Let me see how much I got.
It does not look like I have any... Wait, let me check the bag of holding. Okay, I've got 50 feet of rope in the bag of holding.
I also have 50 feet of rope.
And I also happen to have 50 feet of rope on me.
Okay. If I splice the the ends and mend them together, I can make about 150 foot rope. DM, can I use mending in that way to splice the ends together? Like
Yes,
cut
you can.
them, splice them together? Okay. Using the geometry of this place, does it look like I could make would 150 feet be enough to make a zip line from here to, say, the outer wall in the direction of the dock?
So the rooftop, so if you guys did it from the tower roof, which is the floor above, it is 140 feet above the prison roof, and it's 300 feet above sea level. So I'm going to say that 150 feet would be enough to zip line from the tower roof to the prison roof. And you'd probably need another at least 50 to 100 feet to go from the prison, from the tower roof down to the dock.
All right. So I'll make the zip
Oh,
line.
okay. Correction. It looks so. I've got my regular stash, and then I've also got a full explorer's pack in addition to that we picked up at some point. And there's
Oh.
another 50-foot length of rope in there. So I've got 100 feet of rope.
Okay, so we've got 200 feet of rope. So we go make the announcement. I make a zip line. We get out of 200 feet of rope. We make the announcement, and then they'll see us zipping down to the dock. We can hide down at the dock. They'll see a ship, assume we got on the ship, go towards the ship. We ambush them when they're between us and PBR.
Sure. I honestly, at this point, we just need to
Do something.
Yeah, we just need to say we're doing this.
All right.
Is
Let's
good
do it.
plan?
Yep, let's do it.
All right. I'm going to splice together the rope with mending to make a 200-foot zip line.
The council members look at you, and one of them says, "Wow, that's a lot of rope." As there's coils upon coils of rope lined up in this room that you are splicing together into one hempen anaconda.
As this is going on, Lotus is remembering a movie of two Irish American boys arguing with each other about what do you need the stupid fucking rope for?
All right. And then is everybody ready to go make the announcement?
Just one thing real quick. I'm gonna shoot a message over to Watto so he knows what we're doing. So she'll tap side Flavy Mask, say, Flavy, I need you to send a message to Watto.
Engaging the message service.
Say, we're gonna be bringing some cultists towards the docks. Be ready. Send message.
In the message, you get a indication that it has been sent and delivered.
All right. They know. All right. They know the Auril cultists are becoming.
All right. All right. I guess we head towards the announcement room, and I think Lotus is going to make the announcement.
All right, here we go. So let me take you guys then to the announcement room. All right, you find yourselves in the guard barracks. When you entered into the guard barracks, you see that all of the beds are thrown about, messy and disheveled, as if someone has been rifling through them and basically destroying them, kind of trying to find anything they can find. It is clear that the cult of Auril was here.
All right. As you make the announcement, I'll go set the rope.
All right. So, Lotus will go over to where the intercom is, and she looks over at everybody else, at the others. Says like, "All right, is everyone ready?"
As soon as she starts making the announcement, I'll be setting the first part of the rope here. As soon as she starts making the announcement, I'll fly down to set the other end of the rope.
All right. So she'll press the button. She'll say, "This is the White Lotus, Thane of Brinshander. Sir, if there's any survivors, meet us at the docks. We have a ship. We have a ship there. We can take you to safety."
You guys hear this echo not only through the room but through the prison itself, as the sounds of Lotus's voice are echoing through the prison. And you guys can hear a distinct movement happening below you, as if there is a shift happening.
Yep, we got bogies on the way.
All right. Yeah, I'm tying the other end of the rope so that they can start ziplining down.
All right, and paint this picture for me. So, Akia, you're starting from this room or up on the roof, and then ziplining down to the docks?
I'm not sure exactly what it looks like. So whatever makes more sense, I guess. If we've got the proper height here to zipline towards the docks, I kind of just want to give us that edge in movement to get way in front of the cultists. I don't think it matters too much if I start. I'm not sure exactly what it looks like, but I don't think it matters too much which one we start at.
Sure. Okay, so you guys are starting from up high here in the tower, ziplining down below. Excellent. All right, Akia, give me. We're gonna call this a Tinker's Tool check, and I need two of them. One for where you are putting the rope first, and then one where you're anchoring it.
Okay.
Okay, first one, aced it. Second one, do you want to leave it at 15?
I'll boost it. That'd be a +4, so 19.
Okay, so you got 2 very good checks. So you don't believe anyone is going to come off the zip line because of the zip line coming undone.
All right. After I set the line, I'm going, because I don't want to leave all of our rope. So I'm going to, as the rest of the team comes down, as soon as the last one lands, I'm going to cut the rope. So I'm going to fly back up to the tower, and as soon as the last person gets down to the other roof, I'm going to cut it up here.
All right, and party. Akia is waiting for you guys to make these moves. So is everyone just gonna chamber down the rope towards the dock?
Yep.
All right, for everyone shambling down the rope, give me either an athletics or acrobatics check to maintain control of your body down the zip line.
Oh! Can I re-roll that with a...
Absolutely. Oh, God.
All right, I will use my deep inspiration for the reroll. Holy fuck!
We just see Gabe like the most athletic person in the party just immediately just fall 5 feet from the window. Much
It's
better.
only slightly better.
I would say the DC here to use the zip line that Akia has so expertly applied is a 15. So Lotus, you're pretty close.
All right, I'll go ahead and burn my expiration. Damn it, 13.
Oof.
You could always...
I can, if I'm within... I don't know how you want to determine this. If I was within 30 feet when I see your slip, I would overclock it.
Give me a d20. On an even, you're within 30 feet. With an odd, you are not within 30 feet. That's an even. You could overclock it.
All right, that's a +4. As she starts to slip, I'm just passing by, and I just dip down and grab her and put her back on the rope.
Thanks, Kia. And as she remembers a time doing this as a team building exercise back at the newspaper, and remembering hating it just as much then as she does now.
All right, when they finish making it down, I'm going to cut the rope. Or that might take a while. Maybe I'll just burn the rope. I don't know. I'll slice at it with the dagger a couple times, and if it doesn't cut, I'll just burn it.
Give me an attack roll. Yeah, you cut the rope. So you just see the rope go the opposite of taut. It's loose, just hanging from the tower up above.
All right.
So everyone, let me grab you guys, because you guys are now all in a different spot. Copy. I'm going to delete you for a second. And now you guys have all ended up down here.
All right. Everybody hide.
Well, I think the intention was for us to come up behind them.
Right. So I think the party, for the most part, wants to hide in the building. Like maybe on top of the building? Where do you guys want to hide?
So question, Orf. Like, is it snow right before the water? Is it like sand?
It is
Like what's
snow drifts cut by
Ga-
the water, and then it comes into like a, how would you say, like almost like an icy, rocky shoreline.
Gamer would like to bury himself in a snowdrift. But in such a way that he can, like, see out.
Gaiman, do you wish to borrow my cloak of the manta ray?
What was that there again?
It lets you breathe and swim underwater with a very high swimming speed.
If we were doing underwater stuff, maybe. I mean,
I don't know. It'd just be easier to, if you just wanted to hide like under the docks in the water. I don't know.
does it require attunement?
No. Nope.
Yeah, you know what? I will hide under the docks using Akia's Cloak of the Manta Ray.
Well, that's pretty cool. So we see Gaiman doffed a cloak of magic that allows him to take the form of a manta ray-esque Gaiman.
All right. I also don't need to breathe, so I will also hide under the dock. Although I can't swim, but I'm up under there.
Okay, so that announcement went off, and then there's a lot of things happening within the courtyard of the prison. And remind me, was there a way that you were trying to get them to come to the, because you told them to go to the docks, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I got lost in the sauce there for a moment.
So the intention was to make the announcement that survivors would be hanged to the dock. If they're convinced and they head to the dock, we would be coming up from behind them because they would get there first, and then with their backs to the water, we could hit them from there. I don't know how everything got from there, but it is what it is.
Oh, I was thinking we would get to the dock first and hide. I don't know. Miscommunication.
Okay, so you guys are mounting a stealth operation. So what I'd like you all to do here is give me stealth checks, and you have advantage because you have beaten the people to the spot. You guys can make these stealth checks to see if you can't bring a surprise round on whoever is coming after you.
Oof. I'll use a DM inspiration to reroll.
I'm going to add my backspiration to that.
Oof again. I will use my Faxpiration.
Let's see what we got here.
16.
14. I guess I'll boost that up to an 18 with an overclock. Burning through those fast.
I was gonna say we're using all of those in the first first hour
Hey,
here.
I used so many resources last week to convince everyone I could weekend with Bernie's this shit, but it was fun. So yeah.
All right, so that's a total of 18.
Alrighty, here we go. So we've got a 18. We've got a 7 plus 9, 16 for Gaiman. And then we got a 13 for Lotus. So we just need a stealth check from Alicia here. Oh, Alicia, are you hiding in the med bay?
Yeah.
Okay. I love it.
Will I still need to make a
Alicia-
stealth check or?
No, you're hiding in like. Yes, give me a stealth check just in case they walk by and they just like hear you breathing.
Okay.
Just so it's a 13.
So
So
13.
you have advantage.
And I'll add. So 20.
20. Okay. All right, this has been crazy, but I think this is going to work out. Okay, so
I don't want Kumaku in danger, so I'll say, Kumaku, go fly out to the ship. Stay safe.
we get a cutaway to the courtyard, and there are 10 individuals there, and the individuals are covered in shadow. And one of the individuals steps out of the shadow. Their silhouette is that of a tiefling, and they say, "We must stop the survivors from leaving. We must head to the docks immediately." A second silhouette steps out. A pronounced avian beak would say, "Nothing, only making hand gestures." All of the shadows nod to one another as they begin marching towards the dock. Alicia, you can hear feet pounding against the cement. Of Revel's End, as it's clear that there is a group of individuals making their way past the door of the med bay. You can hear, with your amazing perception, what sounds like 10 individuals making their way past you. Those of you that are outside, you can hear, you can see several individuals making their way outside. Lotus, from your hiding spot, you can see a Kenku, a dwarf, and a ladrin, a tiefling, an orc, a fairbolg, a dark-skinned elf you'd recognize as a drow, and a Goliath, all making their way out. The last two individuals haven't made their way out quite yet. As they're making their way out, they begin to kind of separate, going in different directions. Kind of trying to look through what is happening. You guys can tell me when you, as they start to separate.
Is PBR heading to the dock?
Did you want PBR to head to the dock, or did you want them to stay away from the dock?
I mean, we gotta sell it. So it's gotta be at the dock.
He's gotta be at the dock, okay. So PBR. Let me grab PBR's token. Yeah, so PBR's there, and he lets out a toot-a-loot-a-loot. And all of the cultists that exit point out towards the ship as they begin rushing towards the dock, led by the final cult member to exit from the prison. They look like this. Lotus, you recognize them as a fellow White Dragonborn. As she yells into the night, Auril's vengeance begs for us to slaughter those who have escaped. And she starts to sprint towards the boat.
I'd say as soon as she rushes forward, Lotus will just call out, "Now!"
All right, I guess we're in initiative.
All right, and I will roll these suckers into initiative. They are surprised. You see that there's 10 of them, and they all look kind of like individual weirdos, each with their own idiosyncrasies and individualities about them. All right, here we go. And it looks like, based on what I'm seeing here, Auril's Pride has won the initiative. So they're surprised. So they would simply take the initiative, do nothing, and start passing around to their fellow bad guys to try to clear off their surprise status unless someone steals after Auril's Pride goes. So she steals it and she's like, "Oh no, it was an ambush. Our pride was our downfall all along." And she goes to pass to one of the other bad guys when just someone using a inspiration to steal it.
What do you guys just have to? I'm tapped out.
I also do not have inspirations.
We have that.
I said let them put their
Inspiration.
turns through.
You could use Fanspiration here if you would like.
If you guys are here, I could grab a Fanspiration, because these guys are looking really good for being in fireball range.
I mean, if that's what you would like to do, be my guest.
All right. I would
Well,
like to
they're
go
not-
ahead and...
Well, question:
go
would
ahead.
they be moving if they're trying to clear off their surprise status?
No, if they're surprised, all that happens is they will no longer have the surprise tag. If they're surprised, essentially, you would have advantage on attacks against them and all sorts of other bad stuff for them. If they aren't surprised, it would just be basically at a neutral footing.
So would they have disadvantage on a dexterity save for like a fireball, for example?
I don't think they have disadvantage on dex save, but let me check.
I didn't think that's how it was written.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the only person it might affect is Game, and I think everyone else is doing like saving throw things.
No, I mean, do whatever you want to do. So if you would like to... it sounds like we don't need to steal. So... But if you want to guarantee that you're getting a fireball off, by all means, go for it.
I just think I kind of want to, because like if they've got some like spellcasters in there, I want to, if they can only spend the turn being surprised, I want to try to make sure I get that off without a chance of anyone possibly counterspelling it.
All right, do it.
All right. So I will go ahead and grab a Fanspiration to grab the initiative.
And it is Lotus's. That is a good choice, because when you're surprised, you can't take reactions.
If you wanna, if Alicia also wants to do an AoE spell and make sure they don't get counterspelled either, you could hold your fireball until they fire off their thing. But you do risk, not being able to shield later.
Yeah, I'd rather not risk that. especially here. But not a bad idea though. Not a bad idea. All right. So go ahead and grab this. I will spend my final 4th level spell slot. All right. So you see this. So it's like Lotus yells now, and then all of a sudden the ethereal grenade appears in her hand, and she chucks it into the center of like the large group here, and you see her yell out, "Fire in the hole!" Alright, that's a DC 18 Dex save for 23.
Right, so matchless, winsome, visionary, explicit, irritable, and tearing all failed. So they're gonna take full damage. And these guys are going to take half as they all go, ah, as their flesh is singed and burned by your magic. The ice and snow begins to melt, and the glacier around it begins to kind of groan as the fireball explodes.
Alright. Then I will go ahead and use my movement. Just get back around this way. Loop. Alright. I'll go ahead and get the template out of there. Alright. Let's see here. And yep, that'll do for me. Any of them, unless one of you guys wants to spend anything to grab it, that'll give any of those damage a chance to steal.
I'll spend the hand spell. Steal.
Inspo, it is stolen.
Alright. I am interacting to open the door. 5. Step out. Going to cast Wall of Fire at the 5th level. Just give it a template. Not what I was going to go for. Let's see. So this is 6 feet long. I'm going to draw this. So 5. All sorts of fucked up of whatever the hell that looks like. But I am going to have the heat of the wall be transferring to the right side. So Kenku and the Dragonborn are going to be taking heat. But the squares that the wall is cutting through, and then 10 feet to the right of that, they're gonna need to make dex saves.
All right, well, I gotta roll some saves here. They're getting burned.
All right, those that fail take 28 points of fire damage.
Right, those guys all have failed, taking full damage, not looking good.
And then 5, 10, 15, back into the room. And the flames are opaque, so it's cutting off vision for some of these guys as this wall continues to burn.
Sure. Well, this isn't good for these guys. Okay. All right. Well, if that is it for Alicia, I'm sure some of these bad guys are going to want to steal to strip off their surprise status. All right. So I will have Auril's isolation steal and take out their surprise status as they're like, we're under attack. They will pass it around to each of their bad guy friends to just strip off their their surprise status. So can't move, take actions.
That's also the bad thing. I'm gonna need them to make more saves, because if the creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time on a turn or ends its turn there.
Okay, so we'll pass to Akia, and then these guys, I'll grab them again, and we'll make another deck save. Select all.
Oh, that is amazing to go. Amazing synergy with the surprise round.
Cleaning.
So this time it'll be 25.
All right, I can't. It would be mitigating to line up a lightning bolt since that's opaque and I can't see where these guys actually are. So I'm gonna use a.
You were underwater when they walked out.
Right. So I can't see through the fire to line them up. I'm instead going to pop out here. Which will be difficult terrain, so I'll be 10 feet of movement. And I'm going to cast a shatter where I can see there's bad guys.
Hey, here we go. We got some failures here. All right, they're all screaming out in pain as they're taking this magic from you guys.
All right, and then just to not be super easy target, I'm just going to drop back down into the water. So that'll be another 10 feet of movement. And then I'll move there. Just swimming under the dock the other direction. Bonus action. Don't really have anything for bonus action. Right? No. Yeah, no. All right, pass to Gaiman.
All right, Gaiman, you're up. There's the sounds of people screaming out in pain as they are getting hit with AoE spells.
So, because I would say that I could see Quarrelsome on the dock from where I am, because I'm submerged in the murky water, but I would have no, I don't have night vision.
It's probably not
goggles.
super murky.
Well, what I'd like to do is sort of spring up out of the water, grab Quarrelsome, and bring them down under the shallows and drag them over to Akia.
You are, I believe you're faster under the water than you are on land now.
Yeah. Still would have 40 feet of movement overall, I think, though.
All right, so if you're wanting to try to like grab them and pull them down, give me an athletics check to see if you can't grab them and then pull them off the dock.
All right, cool.
All right, you may have a 16. Let's see what their athletics check is. So your first attack, they are able to kick their leg out from your grip.
All right, let's do this again.
All right, that is a very good check. Let's see if they can make it. They do not. You have them grappled.
Cool. So I would, force movement, drop back down under the water, holding my breath, and then
You don't
drag them
have to hold your breath.
underneath. Huh?
You don't have to hold your breath. With the Cloak of the Mana Ring.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it doesn't matter.
And you've got 60 feet of movement underwater.
All right. Oh, I'm gonna drag them over to IKEA because I think that'll be more fun for everybody else. So I'll force movement over to where IKEA is. Put them right there between us.
Sure.
And I would pass to IKEA into the new round, since they didn't take any damage from this.
All right, guys, start round 2. Crazy shit is happening. As spells have gone off, there's been explosions. People are getting dragged underwater, and IKEA, you are up. And let's see here, IKEA.
All right. I am not in melee mode, so I'm going to have to provoke an opportunity attack to back up slightly. I'll move to this spot, which will provoke. Hopefully if they attack me, it's a disadvantage though.
Why would it be a disadvantage?
Unless they have a swim speed, melee attacks are made at disadvantage.
That's true. She'll save her reaction.
But attacking one person... I'm sorry, Gaiman. I think you're trying something cool, but I think I need to AoE them while they're still in a group.
Do what you gotta do.
All right. So yeah, I am going to pop up over here instead.
How many feet of movement was that for you?
I do not have a swim speed, so that's 20 feet of movement to move 2 spaces. And I've got 35 total.
Okay.
All right, so then I still can't see the people in the fire. But I know they're in there, so I guess I'm going to toss another shatter. Just same place as before.
Alrighty, let's look here.
And then I'll drop back in the water.
All right, let me get you some saves here. Constitution, that is half damage, and then these guys all take full. All right, and was that it for Akia?
Yes.
All right, here we go. We're gonna have some bad guys go.
I'm
We are
gonna
going
use
to
the
have
transfer the steel if possible.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Said,
Pockets.
thank you, Pockets. You're really saving us this time.
Much appreciate Pockets. Alright, 5. Okay, coming out to here, I can see at least this spot. A little bit to the left of my wall, so I'm going to spend a 3rd level and cast a fireball there.
Nice damage.
Nothing below a 4.
Yeah.
Right. That guy on the right is going to get missed because the wall will be blocking a little bit of my sight. What did I roll? Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Oh.
like you were saying, you didn't roll anything below a 4.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. Deck saves for these guys.
All right, here we go. So, matchless, winsome, illicit.
Orf was like, look at all these people with their own unique styles and personalities, their own hopes and dreams that you're about to murder.
If they didn't want to get murdered, they shouldn't have joined an evil cult.
Amenable, and antagonistic. Okay, here we go. We'll take half. All right.
Alright. That fireball goes off, and then Alicia's going to go back behind the door, and I am their action close it and just put their body against it and hope to Lathander that they don't have to do anything else. Alright, that's it for me.
All right. Matchless will steal. All right. Matchless is going to start this thing off. They're actually going to move this way first. Kind of breaking line of sight with everybody. And they're going to cast a spell. They're going to become invisible. Greater invisible. Using their action. As they say, No, they actually don't say anything. And then, after doing that, we're going to move a little bit. And then they're going to take their bonus action here. With their bonus action, they're going to move again because they're a cunning little boy with cunning action. And they invisibly scamper off somewhere. Where? We'll never know. All right, they will pass it to Pliable. All right, Pliable is going to run inside the wall of fire, so it's not, what's the word? Hurting them.
Cooking.
Immolating them.
And they run inside. And they say, how could we have fallen for such a obvious trap? And once they get here, they are going to see this door is closed, and they will. So you just closed it and threw your body against it?
Yep.
Okay, let's roll a d20 here. On an even, it opens out. On an odd, it opens in. So if it opens out, when you go to open this, you'll just fall out. Oh,
Yep.
oh. So he opens the door. And there you are. And he's like, oh.
This is occupied.
He says, I would say so. And he looks at you, and he will cast a spell. He will use a 4th level spell slot to cast Blight.
Oh, that's bad.
As he targets Alicia.
All right. Not particularly great. Would you guys be all right with me using a fan spell for this?
Go for it.
Sure.
A story of how we used all the fan spells in one fight.
Yep.
As
Hey.
Aural's
17?
apathy fills you. 17 is a pass.
Okay. That's still a lot of damage, but not as much. And here's my con save. All right. Well, fire's still up.
Yeah. The action economy in this fight is not to our advantage. This was always going to be a rough one.
All right, Aural's wrath will begin. He is going to get himself out of there. And he will start running up this way. As he starts crying out for vengeance. I need to find vengeance. And he sees that they're splashing in the water. Splashing. All right, and Aural's
wow.
wrath.
It's too late to use your reaction. Never mind. Damn it, I just thought.
He will use his action and jump into the water. As he sees all the splashing about. And he sees an Akia there. He narrows his eyes. And he will swim up towards Akia. And Akia, as he swims up to you, he's going to use a bonus action upon you. He will use his Frostbound Grip. So he's going to target you. Because this guy does have night vision, because he's or dark vision, he's an orc. He targets you. Can you give me a DC 16 or strength saving throw or be grappled?
Okay. I mean, I guess it would be metagaming to choose to fail that, I suppose. If I fail it, then he's got one less hand, and I'm immune to cold damage. But I guess I don't want my movement 0, so I'll just do it. Athletics. Strength save.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, Akia is grappled by this creature's frozen grip. All right, cool. The bad guys have done one thing. All right, they will continue passing down the line to other bad guys. They will pass to Aural's greed. They will also get the hell out of Dodge. They see there's a ship over here. They're going to use their action and start moving towards the ship. He'll just stop right here on the dock. All right, here we go. There's a lot of these little guys. Aural's Pride. They're going to start making their way this way. When they can see... Oops, maybe here. See you, Lotus. You see this wondrous-looking Eladrin creature, reminiscent of your ally Avalos. And let's see your distance from them. Okay, you're 25 feet away. All right, they are going to make 2 icy spear attacks against you.
All right.
All right, they will target you. Here is their first icy spear. Ooh, that's a 25 to hit.
Yep.
That is 12 piercing, 8 cold.
All right. So let's see here. I do take all of the piercing, but I am resistant to cold.
So they throw the spear and it hunks at you and lands into your right femur. Can you give me a con save?
All right.
All right, your movement is not reduced by 10 feet. All right, they will make 1 other icy spear attack as they aim for your left femur. That is a 12. That is a miss, so they miss your other leg. All right, that was their action. They're going to use their bonus action against you, Lotus. They're going to use their judgmental gaze. They look at you with the power of a tsundere big sister from a anime. Can you give me a wisdom save?
All right. Six.
A 6 is not going to cut it. We were needing a 17. So, Lotus, you feel the fear that you experienced back in your youth from the popular girls at your high school. So that's going to be a fear. And this is a fear. Fear 4. Oh, okay. This is a bad one. Alrighty. And we will go ahead and I'll keep going down the line here as these bad guys are trying to do some stuff to y'all. We'll pass it to Auril's Vengeance, who's underwater with Gaiman. All right, Gaiman, you have this creature grappled. They're struggling with you underwater.
Yep.
They're going to... Should they try to break the grapple? They're going to make 2 claw attacks against you, Gaiman. Here's their first claw attack. This is at disadvantage because they don't have a swim speed, and it's not a harpoon or a dagger, so 12 will miss.
Miss. That does hit.
That's a hit. This is for 20 points of damage total. 3 of it is cold damage. And this is a weird one. You have them grappled. Their claw attack is a proning claw attack, so can you give me a strength save, Gaiman? Okay, you are not knocked prone, and Gaiman, you can steal it.
All right. I don't want them to get free. So, bonus action, I'm going to rage. And how deep is the water here at the moment?
So you guys went under 5 feet. The water gets very deep, very quick here. So Gaiman is nearly 14 feet tall. He still has a good 8 to 10 feet of clearance before his feet would hit the bottom.
Okay. Well, the reason I'm asking this is I've got a swim speed. I'm assuming my enemy doesn't. So I'm going to take Auril's Vengeance, and we're going to go down. We're going to go down to the bottom. So I've got according to Kia, that Cloak of the Mandrake gives me a 60-foot swim speed. So
Mhm.
if I've straight down, and we're down at the bottom right now. So you said that was another 10 feet down?
Yeah, so you guys are essentially 25 feet down.
All right. So we're 25 feet down.
Oh my gosh, so you guys are under it here. Good thing this creature is a white dragonborn, so they're not taking cold damage right now, but they're wriggling hard against your grip.
And I can't use my battle axes because those are two-handed weapons. But I've got me. Oh, the Skafnung is. Am I not attuned to that? I didn't. Okay, well, shame on me. We'll just use. We'll use our flaming longsword. So just one-handed attack with a longsword underwater.
Sure. Since you have a swim speed, you would not have disadvantage with this attack.
21 for 12.
And that hits for 12 damage. The creature screams out in pain as the blade gets him.
All right, extra attack. This is 15 hit.
A 15 is pretty close to hitting.
I'll succeed at a cost.
All right, here we go, y'all. Let's see what happens. Succeed the cost in initiative. Game in. All enemies in play have attack rolls against you. This is a really good succeed at a cost because there's like one enemy near you and you're underwater.
All right, new damage roll 17.
All right, they take the damage.
Now, you said that they were crying out in pain under the water, so they're like expelling breath?
I'll say that they're at the moment.
Okay. Just like if they're doing that, I'm cool if they don't, because I know it's going to take at least like 5 minutes. The breath you're holding, if I need, I'll fight them under the water for as long as possible. But like if I can make them drown faster, that works too.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess they're gonna steal at this point, right? Or is it? No, they already went. They already went. I will pass to Auril's stillness. That way, Lotus can go last and have control into the new round.
All right, here we go. So Auril's stillness. Let's see here. They're also going to go this way, making careful to not run into the wall of fire.
So that whole area inside is just horrible because it's 10 feet and essentially 10 feet down. 10 feet to the right and 10 feet down. Essentially everything there is just heat covered. So yeah, I think your turn there is going to be bad.
Yeah, so they need to get out of there. Let's see. So Auril's stillness. So, Alicia, you notice as this creature moves toward you, sound near her almost goes blank. Is that the area around her is just completely silent as she carries with her a silent aura.
That's not great.
She will use a silent step to teleport up to 20 feet. And she will teleport. Let's see, that's 5, 10, 15, 20 feet to here. Behind you. She will then take her hands out towards you, and she's going to attempt a stab into Alicia's back with her dagger. She pulls a dagger from her belt, and you can see that the blade is icy cold. Oh, she rolled real damn good on her cold damage there. So this is a 25 to hit for 9 piercing, 16 cold damage.
Yeah, that hits. Cold I am resistant to. It should automatically calculate that, right?
It should.
Okay. I'm at 34. Alright. Also con save. Succeed on the con save.
Right, Alicia's speed is not reduced.
Oof. Well, there goes wall of fire.
Right, and that was that creature's turn. She teleports, she puts you guys in silence, and then stabs you. I'll pass to Auril's Cruelty, who says aloud, "Ooh, I see splashing happening in the water down below. I'll have to get in." And he runs 10 feet here and then dives down below. Gaiman, you can see someone has entered the water. That was 15, 25 as they start swimming towards Gaiman with their movement and their action, trying to get as close as they can. Just swimming. All right. This guy is just going to move up onto here, and they're going to take their action to dodge. And Explicit's Auril's Fury is going to move this way closer to their Eladrin pal. And they're also going to take the dodge action. And Lotus, you are the last person to go in round 2.
Let's make the best fit as I can. Target Auril's Pride, and I will go ahead and let off one of my Eldritch Optic Blasts. So she'll attempt the first one at her. Yes! Yes!
That is a critical hit. And the creature is destroyed as she's rushing at you with her magic crackling at her fingertips. You're able to boom.
So it's like, yeah, it's like you see her tap the side of the flame mask and blast her. All right,
She drops to the ground
since I
dead.
defeated her, that activates my Dark One's Blessing. Gets me 7 temp HP.
And I'll say, since the source of your fear has been removed, we're going to delete your fear.
All right, then I would ask: is Auril's Wrath here? Am I able to have line of sight with them?
Let's look through your token here. Auril's Wrath. Oh, they dove underwater, so they're 5 feet underwater next to Akia.
All right, so that's why I want to ask, because I wasn't sure. All right, let me double check the range of my Eldritch Blast real quick. 120 feet, so that's good. Alright, yep. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and target Auril's Greed here with my second blast. 23 for 13 force.
They scream out in pain. Oh.
And that would push him back 10 feet with my repelling blast. So, about... Yep. Still don't like being within range here. And I still get a good amount of room on my Eldritch Blasts, but still want to keep some within sight line, so I'll just bop 30 feet over here. And then going into the new round, who wants it?
Well, Auril's Greed was just injured, so they're gonna steal.
I gotcha. Alright.
Auril's Greed looks around and he sees that there's people splashing around here. He'll move 15 feet to here, not seeing anything that he wants to get into on the ship, and he jumps down. And Ikea, you feel that there's someone behind you. And they begin to whisper below the waves. And it's hard to decipher what they're saying. But as they do this, magical shackles made of frozen water begin to spring up from the water and try to latch onto you, Ikea. So they are going to use their icebound shackles upon you. All right, Ikea, you're able to fight these shackles off so that you are not restrained by them.
All right.
All right, and that was all that they can do. So we'll go ahead and we will pass it to Ikea. Ikea, you're grappled. You're surrounded by 2 people currently. What do you do?
All right. I don't have a lot of melee. I'm going to... Since everything that I do would be at disadvantage, I'm going to use my action to summon Kuma.
Awesome.
All right. I forget. Does Kuma go at the end of my turn, or do I roll them into initiative?
I will say Kuma can just go at the end of your turn.
All right. So that's my action. For my bonus action, I'm going to drink a potion of healing. And I don't know why I have my Staff of Frost equipped, so I'm just going to use my item interaction to put that away. All right. Kuma is then going to attack this guy that's holding me. They're going to swim around for the flank.
Sure.
Let's see. Multi-attack is 1 bite, 1 claw.
Let's see here what we got. A crit definitely hits for 16 damage. And then a 17 with the flank for 11 damage. What does it look like as Kumakyu defeats this creature?
Imagine it kind of looks like Shark Week. Just below the water, there's bits it looks like someone has chummed the water, and then on top of the water, just the water starts turning red.
Absolutely. So this creature just lets go of Akia. Akia, you are no longer grappled.
All right, turn around to face Auril's greed, and I pass to. Let's see. Does anyone want it?
I'll take it.
Okay.
Of all the people you decided to throw at me, one of them had to have a silence for. That's just great. Alicia's going to hold on to their holy symbol, and it starts to glow, and they're going to use their last channel divinity.
Oh shit. There we go. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, so Pliable Auril's apathy fails, taking 27 points of damage. Oops. Auril's stillness succeeds, so they would have only taken half.
Shit would have been 13.
So it takes half. So they're still up. However, Auril's apathy is vaporized by your magic.
Alright. Bonus action. So essentially, it's her aura is the silent spell centered on herself, right?
That is correct.
Like 90% of spells are verbal. Okay. Do I cut this? She can do a lot of damage. You know what? I am interaction. I'm gonna pull out the Remoraz thing, and bonus action, we'll just say Booyah to inflict it. And that's gonna be
It's
now.
you're in silence.
Oh, you're right. Damn it.
So you just see your lips are moving and no sound comes out and you're like,
Yeah, shit. Well, there's not much I can really do with my bonus action here, so that's gonna be it.
okay. Auril's stillness will steal. She cracks her neck. No sound comes out. She wields her dagger as she holds it up towards you, and she makes a quick dive towards Alicia, trying to stab her with her dagger.
Yeah, that definitely hits. I'll do the saving throw. That fails. Take damage. That would technically drop it to 0. However, what is this? This hasn't really gone off often, but I will consume the once per day charge for my half plate. That allows me to go to 1 HP if I was to be dropped to 0.
Hell yeah. The light of the Chardlin blasts off as the creature kind of like holds her hands to her eyes, used to living in the Underdark, as she is not used to this light blasting off of Alicia. And she will go ahead and pass to Auril's silence. So Lotus, you can see something that's maybe disconcerting. You see footsteps forming in the snow, heading toward you. But there's no one accompanying the footsteps. You recognize that this is a person in invisibility. As he moves up, he is going to make 2 attacks against you. These are with advantage because he is invisible. So this is his first attack with his icy talon.
Yep, that'll hit.
I need you to make a con save or be unable to speak or make verbal sounds.
Alright.
Okay, so Lotus, you succeed your save, so you can still speak, as he was not able to get to your vocal cords. All right, and he can make 1 more attack with his icy talon. Doing big damage against Lotus here. Ooh, so 23.
Alright.
And I'll need 1 more con save to see if he knocks out your vocal cord. All right, Lotus, and this final attack.
What is the save I need to make there?
DC is 16.
Alright, yeah, so you see it cost will save me. Alright.
And Lotus, would you like to steal?
Alright, sure. Let's see. I'm just saying here, because like literally all of my spells have verbal components.
Welcome to the club.
He basically just ran up to you and did
Do
a
you have subtle
Krav
spell?
Maga, throat chop.
No, I do not have subtle spell. Alright, I guess the only thing I really can do is just use the movement here. 30.
Yeah, almost. I think. Oh man, there's only a couple of spells in the game that don't have a verbal component, aren't there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like counterspell. Counterspell doesn't have a verbal component. Okay, so as you're running away, Auril's silence is going to make an attack of opportunity against you. They
Alright,
reach out with their icy talon.
alright,
they
that
met.
one will miss.
Oh wait, they're
will
invisible,
it?
so they have advantage. Oh.
How the fuck is this dude able to stay invisible while he's attacking me?
Let me guess. Greater invisibility.
Yeah, he used his 4th level slot on
Yeah.
greater invisibility.
It only lasts for a minute, but yeah, you can make attacks while invisible and stuff.
Mhm.
And it does take concentration.
Yeah.
It's a good spell.
Uh,
Alright, well, I do at least have bonus action. I do have some potions on me, so I'll go ahead and chug one.
Lotus, after you drink your potion, who would you like to pass to?
What'd you
All right,
use your action for?
I can't really use my action for anything. All of my spells have verbal components, and I can't use anything with verbal components right now.
To use a spell scroll, do you have to be able to read it out loud?
You would follow the same, you'd probably have verbal and somatic components that you would need to use to cast the spell, and then the material components are covered by the spell scroll.
Yeah, it doesn't come up very often. You could use your action to dodge.
True. All right, yeah, I'll go ahead and spend my action to dodge then. Gaiman, do you want me to pass to you, or want me to pass to one of the enemies?
You can pass to me.
All right, I'll go and pass to Gaiman.
All right. Gaiman wants to take this enemy out into deeper waters yet again. So is it still 25 feet down, another 30 feet further out?
Yeah, I would say if you go out another, let's say 30 feet, it'll start to descend to about 50 feet down. So it's going to get really deep here in just a second.
Okay. So we'll go. All right, so we'll go 15 feet further out and then 15 feet down. So we'll go down to 40 feet. And so we're just beyond the pier then. So I'm taking them down deeper, and since it doesn't matter at this point, I'll be reckless when I attack.
All right, here we go. Reckless attack from Gaiman. All right, a 19 will hit, and a 21 will hit. She's doing her best to try to maintain composure as the longsword is getting rammed up against her underwater.
Yeah, that's what I got.
All right, Auril's Vengeance will steal because she got damaged. She's going to use a singular target breath weapon because there's the only one person down here with her. So Auril's Vengeance will breathe a icy breath in a 30-foot cone onto Gaiman. Oh my gosh, 35 points of damage here on Gaiman. Gaiman, can you give me a con save? This is cold damage.
That's one beef.
Okay, I'm resistant to it. Oh, whoops.
Right, so that would be a failed save here. So this would be 35 damage before your resistance is counted in.
Okay.
She basically just opens her mouth and yeah, she did open her mouth, so she's got less breath here because she
No more breath at this point. All right.
So she'll probably only have like 4 rounds before she starts drowning, I would imagine. Let me Do a quick check. Drowning, 5e, because this is the one thing that would make her drown. Drowning.
Yeah, you have a
5e.
number of minutes equal to 1 plus your Constitution modifier.
Unless you exhale.
Yeah, I don't
Which you
remember if
just
there's. I don't know if there's any raw rules about how that.
Like if you don't hold your breath.
Okay. Hold your breath, 1 plus con mod. For number of rounds equal to your con modifier. After that, you'd be making death saves.
Yeah, they just start
Yes.
talking about that same stuff. They don't talk about, oh, if you decide to talk, how much air do you lose?
That's true. So I will say that
It says when I don't know where this comes from, but I see when a creature runs out of breath or is choking, it can survive a number of rounds equals to its con mod.
Yeah.
that's probably different rules. That's choking 5e, which could also be applied to this. Okay, so they've got 4 rounds before they're going to start getting fucked up here. Okay, they will go ahead and pass to Auril's Fury. Auril's Fury sees that there's blood coming up in the water here. So they're going to stop dodging. And they're going to run towards the blood. And they will dive into the water. And there's a Kuma here.
Apparently eating a person.
Apparently eating a person, so they will run up behind Kuma, they will target Kuma, and they will make 2 club attacks. Here's their first club attack.
Yeah.
Give me a strength save from Kuma as they get knocked with this club. Oof. So Kuma gets knocked prone underwater. So their follow-up swing is going to be a neutral swing because it is a club underwater. This creature doesn't have a swim speed.
15 hits.
As they bonk Kuma with their club. They'll pass to Auril's Cruelty, who's going to descend down 5 feet, which will cost them 10 feet of movement. So they're down 5. They'll move 5 feet, so that's 20, 30. And then they'll use their action to descend down another 25, another 15. So there'll be a total of 25 feet down as they are like swimming towards Gaiman and their ally. or thinking, I'm coming, buddy. I'm coming for you. This fight is just, it's happening all over the place. It's crazy. This guy's just gonna keep dodging. He just has no idea what's going on. And into round 4, he'll pass it to Akia.
This is a weird fight.
There's 2 separate underwater fights happening. Lotus is all out on their own, and then Alicia is on her own as well.
I'm not on my own. I've got some invisible bird stalking me.
It's true.
All right, I can't actually fight underwater, so I'm gonna provoke and fly up above the water.
In the med bay, no one can hear her scream.
They miss with their icicle mace.
All right. They're underwater, but they're attacking someone outside the water. Is that straight or disadvantage?
I would say you were still underwater when they made the attack at you, so it was at disadvantage.
Okay. So that's 10 feet to exit the water, and then I'm 5 feet up, so that's 15. So I got 20 feet of movement. Can I shoot at the people in the water? I think so, right? You just can't go over your maximum. There's like a range limit.
There's let's see here. Underwater fighting rules. Y'all, I didn't have these pulled up for today because I didn't think you guys would be fighting them underwater. But you know what? A ranged weapon attack automatically misses the target beyond the weapon's normal range. Is it a ranged weapon attack or is it a spell attack?
My lightning launcher is a ranged attack.
So if it's
Ranged
like,
weapon.
so if it's a 30, let's say 30-90 or whatever, you can hit
It's
stuff
a-
within 30 and you're good. But if you're trying
Yeah,
to hit
it's
beyond
a,
that 30, it's gonna auto miss.
Mhm. It's a 90-300.
So yeah, you can shoot at things within 90.
Okay, so this is a weird question. If you can see an invisible person, can you tell they're invisible?
So you're talking about how the token is invisible?
Yeah, like I've got 60 feet of true sight. Can I tell that rogues cast invisibility on themselves if I'm within 60 feet?
Yeah, True Sight would let you see through invisibility, the spell.
But would I know that they're invisible? Or would I just be like, oh, there's just a person?
I think you would know. I think you would know they're invisible. Like they've got like a weird pixie aura around them.
Okay. Let's see, I've got 20 feet of movement. I'm gonna move. You know what? I'm gonna move another 5 feet up. So that'll give me 15 feet remaining. I'll move 15 feet that way. That'll be all my movement. I see Lotus bleeding. Gaiman's probably fine. I have no idea where Alicia is. Badly injured. All right. Would it be... I don't know. This is a tense situation. I'm gonna let y'all vote, I guess. Would it be too metagamey for me to know that, be able to tell that Lotus is in trouble and needs me to magic missile this guy?
I mean, it wouldn't be
Lotus could cry out, "I'm in trouble!"
Yeah, I mean, you also see that they seem to be wounded.
Okay. I would like...
You have True Sight, you can see the enemy.
Yeah.
So.
I've got True Sight to 60 feet. I would like to magic missile this invisible rogue guy.
Okay. Just tell me how many darts you're sending his way.
All right. Shoot. I've only got one first and one third. Well, I don't want anyone to die while I've still got a third level spell slot, so I might as well go for it. I'm gonna do this at third level.
That's at first level, right?
Yeah, it used my third. It used my third level spell slot. I'll just roll the remaining.
All right, with that amount of damage left, the creature becomes uninvisible and dies. It holds its hand out and doesn't say anything, and crumples into a heap of bird bones.
Yes, Lotus will see that and just roll her eyes and grumble, "Fucking stalkers."
Akio will wave. Under the water, Kuma will turn around to the person attacking them. Use 15. That looks weird. They'll use half their movement speed to right themselves and attack.
All right, a 12 will miss. The 20 will hit for 11 damage. As they do 11 damage to the creature, when a creature within 5 feet of Auril's fury hits them with a melee attack, they can use their reaction to cause that creature to take. I will roll it, 3d6.
Well, if it's more than like 2.
Ooh, big roll. They take 14 cold damage.
Yeah, even with resistance, that's more than 2 damage. So Kuma poofs into this just this white and red smoke underwater, just blood and white poofy snow looking stuff everywhere.
It's like marshmallow puff dipped in strawberry dessert topping.
Mm-hmm. It's getting cloudy in that water. All right, and then I guess Aural's Fury can steal.
Aural's Fury will steal. All right, they're gonna surface from the water as they look up and they see your feet. He will swim towards the dock. So that was 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet to get up onto the dock. And he sees a Kia up there, kind of floating in midair. And he reaches onto his back and pulls out a javelin. And he aims the javelin at Akia's leg.
I wave back.
And let's see here. All right, he will throw a javelin at Akia.
Hello. Hello.
He misses as it just like sails right underneath your leg and goes into the water. It was a pretty decent throw too, but misses. They will pass to Aural's Greed. Aural's Greed will also surface. They will. Now it's trying to take a pot shots at Akia time. Let's see. They need to roll a d6, it looks like here. They did not get their icebound shackles back. They are going to move here and they're going to dodge for right now. They will pass it to Aural's Isolation. Aural's Isolation sees that there's this guy floating up in the air. They're going to target you, Akia. And they will fixate their icy blue eyes on you. Using their bonus action.
Mm-hmm. I'll wave at them as well.
They are going to force you to make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, you are charmed by them.
I'm very charmed. I wave harder.
And they're like, yes, come over to the feelings of isolation. And we'll just have them ready in action.
Isolation. Isolation, how very appropriate.
Absolutely. Then they will pass to Aural's Cruelty. Who's going to swim 10? They'll swim down 5, which will take 10 feet, and down another 5 feet. So they're right by their buddy. Gaiman, you see that there's another person down here. The person kind of looks like this. That has made their way underwater.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, I would say he's my type if he wouldn't run around with an evil cult.
Right, the creature is going to attempt a frigid glare upon you, Gaiman. So the frigid glare is going to force you to make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, you'll be paralyzed until the end of Auril's Cruelty's next turn. This is definitely an important save for Gaiman to make.
How are we fixed for Fan's bow? Or do we use it all up?
We're at 6.
All right. Anybody mind if I use one to try and roll with advantage?
Go ahead.
For it.
It's a tough
All right.
fight.
Yeah, if you'll subtract one.
All right, Gaiman is not paralyzed by this creature's frigid glare, so that takes their bonus action to do, or their action, excuse me. So that is all they've got this round. So I will go ahead and pass to Lotus.
Alright, so I will stop dodging. Alright. Alright, first up, I will go ahead and target Auril's Fury and fire off one of my Eldritch Blasts at him. Alright, 26 for 12.
That is.
And push him back 10 feet into the water. Sploosh.
There's a sploosh.
Then second one, I'll target Auril's Isolation. And once again, Eldritch Blast. 25 for another 12.
That is a hit.
And 10 feet. And I believe also into the water once again.
Oh my gosh.
Tell you, man, I got those Cyclops Eye Blasts now. I'm loving them. Alright, so move forward and bonus action. Still not doing too great, but I got plenty of potions, so I'll go ahead and chug one. And then, let's see here. Alicia, do you want it?
Well, I may as well resolve this as soon as possible. Sure.
Right. I'll chug my potions as my bonus action, then go to Alicia.
Alright.
Please don't die in there.
1 HP in the dream. I'm going to spend my action to doge. And yeah, the silence really sucks. I'm gonna move away from this person.
All right, they will make a disadvantaged attack.
I see your light coming through the door.
They miss.
They miss. Thank God. Alright, so that's 5. That's 10. I can hear sound again. Perfect. Bonus
Looks
action. I'm gonna spend my second level spell slot for spiritual weapon. We'll put it right next to them and bash for the face.
All right, a 21 hits for 8 damage.
Yep. And then I'm gonna spend the rest of my movement. So it's what, 5, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah. Actually, you know what? 25 to get here. And then another 5 to move around the corner. And that's all my action economy. Action, move, bonus action.
All right. Auril's stillness will steal. We'll move 10 feet. 10 feet. 20 feet. 25 feet. They move 30 feet to here, and then they see that you're right there, and they're like, ugh, because you're just out of their range. But they will use their silent step. Teleport a little closer. And so that you can't get away again, they will target you. And they will reach towards you to try to grapple you. Oh my gosh.
Sure. Okay. Here comes my athletics. They got it.
So this drow just runs over to Alicia, looks at you with her purple eyes, and just grabs you by the throat.
Yeah, and Alicia, with their multiple bleeding wounds, is just kind of scrabbling, trying to get away from this person, but they got him by the neck.
All right, and she will pass to the creature fighting Gaiman. They'll roll a d6 to see if they get their breath weapon back. They do not. They've only got a few rounds before they're going to start drowning. Okay. They're going to make a couple of attacks against Gaiman to try to get him to loosen his grip.
That hits.
16 slashing, 8 cold. So it doesn't do a whole lot to Gaiman as you resist both those damage types. And then here's the second attack, which will miss Gaiman with a 16.
No, it's a 28. I was reckless last round, remember?
Oh, but she has disadvantage because you're underwater and she doesn't have a swim.
Oh, these are straight rolls. Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
You've put them in a bad position because they can't swim.
That was the whole point.
Now they only have 3 rounds left before they run out of air, unless this tiefling gives them some rescue breaths. All right, here we go, and that was their whole turn. Gaiman, you're up.
All right. Okay. And where we are, has it dropped off? Is it deeper now?
Yeah, because you guys are 40 feet deep underwater.
And am I down by the bottom, or is it deeper still?
You're down by the bottom right now as the shoreline is slowly kind of sloping down into the sea of moving ice.
Okay. Well, oof. All right. So we're going to use 30 feet of movement, and we're going to go further out, dragging them further away from allies. That could potentially help. All right, so this is annoying.
Y'all are so far away from each other and in different environments. This is crazy.
I would have to drop my sword if I wanted to drink a potion of healing, which I think is probably a good idea at this point.
I mean, you could let go of them. They're not getting away from you at this point.
Hmm.
Because they probably only have like 15 feet of movement under there.
Yeah. I can always grab him again. All right, so I'm going to release the grapple. I'm going to bonus action drink a potion of healing. And then I'm going to attack. All right, not great, but better than nothing. And yeah, these will just be regular attacks.
Auril's vengeance stands in wait. Oh, hot damn. That is 1 and then 2 hits on Auril's vengeance, as they are bloodied after those 2 strikes.
Balance has been restored. Didn't you roll double nat ones earlier?
I did. It's like I in one session, I have reached.
You brought your average back up.
I've reached the extremes of the spectrum. 1 in 400, twice.
Awesome.
I'm assuming that they're going to steal back into the new round.
Yes, so Auril's vengeance will steal back. Auril's vengeance is going to attempt to swim up towards the surface. So they're going to swim out of your threatened range.
I will use my reaction to take that opportunity attack.
All right, that is a hit. So they're going to take 15 points of damage as they swim towards the surface, 10 feet from its edge. And that is all they got. So they will pass to...
Oh, they have a swim speed?
Oh, so they moved and then used their action to move.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, so they are 10 feet from the surface, and that's all they've got this turn. They will pass to Auril's cruelty. Who's also kind of shit out of luck here. So they're going to move...
so close to their friend, and immediately so far.
30 feet this way. Action and movement. Just trying to get as close as they can as they're trying to, be helpful. Their frigid glare does not recharge. They will pass to Auril's fury, who spends 10 feet of movement to get out from the water. And they get back up. So that's 15, 20, 25.
Did Auril's vengeance get removed from the tracker on accident, or is it just on my screen?
They're still on the tracker, but for some reason they're hidden from everyone.
Ah.
There it goes. All right, so this creature goes to here. Okay, and they're going to use their action to run over towards Lotus. As they go, ah! Because you shot them. But that's it when they get to you. Auril's isolation. Also uses 10 feet of movement to swim back afloat. They still have Akia charmed with their devilish good looks. So we'll move to there, and then they're going to use their action to also try to get towards Lotus. Lotus, you feel 2 creatures flank you. They will pass to the greed. All right, the greed. Sees Akia floating in the air. Thinks better of this maneuver. And they're going to use their action to kind of move in between the two groups. Oh, they can only move to there. And then they'll pass the Lotus.
Alright, I don't like that I'm being flanked here, but I still have 1 second level spell slot left, so I'm going to use my bonus action for Misty Step. Alright. Let me see some here. That's alright. Rather move back a bit. So Misty Step, I'll use that to bot me here. Doop. Up. And as I land, I'll go ahead and fire off a couple Eldritch Blasts. So again, let's go first one at Auril's Isolation.
All right, that is a hit, and the creature is taken to 0 hit points. What does that look like when it happens?
Alright, so it's like, yeah, it's like I'm doing moves of 2 X-Men at once. So it's like I bamf off like Nightcrawler back here, and then as soon as I land, fire off my Optic Blast at him. And it's like as soon as it did, just hits him right in the chest. I imagine he just sort of like fall, and then he falls over.
Absolutely.
My 7 temp HP. Alright, then I'll fire my other one off at Auril's
May I request some
Fury.
assistance, please?
Yeah, that's right. Alright, yep, I'll go ahead and fire it off at Auril's Stillness then for my second one.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
I'm at 1 HP here.
Gotcha. It's like I got you, fam. All right, 27 for 6.
Oh my gosh, so this creature had exactly 6 hit points left. As her head just gets clearly blown off as she's holding Alicia by the throat and just drops to the ground.
Does that dispel their silence aura?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
All right, and since I dropped another one, that means I get another 7 temp HP.
So I assume that what would happen is these wouldn't stack because it would just be refreshing your pool of 7.
It's all good. So I'm up there. Let's see here. I did have some move. Still have my movement, so here. So I'll just go ahead and move over this way. All right, and I guess who wants it next?
I'll like.
I mean-
take it, please.
Hey, Alicia, you got it.
Okay. With the grip released from their neck, they start getting air back, gasping. Seeing that there's still these guys that are standing up. Lisa's gonna take a step back, and they're gonna spend their last 5th level spell slot for Summon Celestial. Celestial Spirit. Oh, whoops. Summoning it right next to that dude. Alright, and then bonus action, they're going to move their spiritual weapon 20 feet, and then they're going to kind of dip a little bit back into the hallway from where they were. The Celestial is going to get the command of defend us. So this is going to be a defender Celestial Spirit. So on its turn, it's going to attack this dude with its Radiant Mace. Twice because of its multi-attack. 18.
18 hits Aural's Greed.
Alright, and then... Okay. Here's the second one, 26.
18 hits, or 26 hits for 18 damage.
Okay. Yeah, these two spherical balls of light just kind of crash into this dude twice. And then that's it for its turn.
All right. Well, it looks like Akia and Gaiman can still go in this round.
I think Gaiman should go because I'm charred into inaction.
Okay.
So
Then
I think that'd be a good way for me to control the round later.
I will pass it to Gaben.
Okay. Gaiman's gonna put away his flaming longsword. He's gonna pull out Lucille. I can breathe, and I guess I can speak underwater. So whispering the command word, breathe, and giant, to turn Lucille on to full blast, and we're gonna go up to meet our underwater friend and put some pain on him.
Excellent.
Sorry, I was also rolling dice. It looks like
All right.
with
So,
the mace.
sorry, go ahead.
Oh no. Just wanted to clarify. It looks like when it hits with the mace, it can give a creature 10 HP. So it's gonna give itself 10 HP. That was it. Sorry.
Oh, cool.
So we're going to use half of our movement. We'll use 30 feet of movement to swim up to meet them, and then we're going to attack. And let's go crit fishing. So we'll do this recklessly.
Oh shit, that is a big hit. So the 25 hits, the 17 will miss.
I'll
So
succeed
it's
at
pretty
cost.
close. All right, here we go. Uh-oh, so Gaiman is inflicted with the confused status.
All right, let me give you fresh damage.
Holy crap, 32.
That was totally worth it.
Creature only had 30 hit points left, so taking 32 points of damage, it sinks down into the depths as its body has been laid to waste, as it will sink into the waters of this sea of moving ice forever.
Intelligence save, so let me try to do that. Nope.
Oh no, so Gavin's just gonna be confused underwater.
That's my turn. I pass to Akia.
All right, I am charmed into indifference and apathy towards action. So I guess I just start floating around a little bit in the air, and if I'm understanding correctly, that's my turn.
Yeah, this would just be Akia just kind of charmed towards doing these ineptitude of actions, plus any potential bonus actions or something that you might take that wouldn't result in your direct in action.
All right, and then I will pass to. I feel like I should pass to Lotus.
Lotus here around 6.
All right. Since he's like here, I'll go ahead and target Auril's Fury. Fire off one of my Eldritch Blasts.
A 14 is pretty close to hitting this creature.
Nah, I'm gonna let it go. I'm just gonna fire off second one at him.
A 19 does hit.
For 8. Alright, then push back 10 feet. Say about here, I believe. I'm gonna make it easy for him. Let me check real quick. I'll go ahead. Just don't like the idea of moving closer necessarily, but I'm gonna try to keep everything in view if I can. So I'll just go ahead and hang here. And I did attack him, so that would give him the opportunity to steal.
Okay, Auril's Fury will steal. Let's see here. I don't know if they can make it to Lotus or not. I don't think they can. They'll do their damnness, though. They'll reset their movement. Start their turn. They'll run 30 feet to here. And you know what they'll do? Let's see, how far away is Lotus? 40 feet? Okay. They'll use their action. And they will run another 30 feet as they're like, get back here! Towards Lotus as they keep running towards you. They will pass to Auril's Greed, who's in a fight with Alicia's Celestial Spirit. As they make 2 attacks with their mace. The first attack misses. Second attack, I believe, will hit.
Second one will hit. It fails its con save. But...
So it'll have disadvantage on its next attack roll. Okay.
Did we establish if a person summons takes damage, then the person who's controlling it can steal? So like Alicia would be able to steal?
Yeah, let's say Alicia could steal here.
Okay. Alicia's gonna move 5, 10, get right here. Hold on a second. Bonus action, removing spiritual weapon. To that guy, so they can whack him with it. Oof, that one. Yes. Alright, Celestial Spirit, Mace. This first one's gonna be a disadvantage, correct? So,
Correct.
the 13.
13 will miss.
Oh, wait, sorry. I should do all of Alicia's turn first before doing the special spirit. Alright, so her bonus action, spiritual weapon, that missed. Her action, she's going to cast Holy Word. At degree 12, that's gonna miss. Alright. back in the hallway. Celestial Spirit, first attack. That one missed. Second attack. This is normal now. 19
Well,
to
that
hit.
definitely hits.
13 damage. Alright, that's both their turns.
Excellent. And you still control initiative.
Alright, I will pass it to... Is Akia out of Charm?
Yeah,
just one
I'm done
turn?
being charmed.
Okay, then I'll pass it to Akia.
All right. And then I started blasting. All right, I'm going to attack Auril's Fury.
That is a
16.
hit. And with that, the creature is destroyed. The furbolg that was running after Alicia, or not, excuse me, after Lotus, is erupted by your lightning launcher.
And then my extra attack is going to Greed. Ignore the last d6. So that should be 6 damage. Wait. Yeah, 6 damage.
Okay, they are still standing.
All right. I guess I'm gonna go look for Gaiman. Last I saw, they were over this way, so I'm gonna go 30 feet this way, and then I don't have a swim speed, so I guess I'm actually going to just move 35 feet above water for now. And then pass to Gaiman?
All right. Okay, I'm confused. I rolled a 1.
So, confused creature, let's pull up the table. On a 1, I think this is the worst one. Confusion table. So the 1, oh, sorry, that's not what I meant to do. Uses all of its movement to move in a random direction.
Well, that might not be horrible.
So let's see here. This is what it says on 1. Determine the direction, roll a d8, and then assign a direction. So that'd be directly to your character's north.
Okay, so 60 feet. Am I off the map?
Yeah, you're free now, Willie.
That pod of dolphins needs your help, Aquaman.
Isn't it weird? I'm just imagining David with his eyes crossed, his tongue sticking out of his lips, so he's just going blah, 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 as he's just.
So, oh, it's just movement. Okay, so yeah, I'm just 60 feet.
So 20 feet off
yeah,
the map.
I'm 20 feet off the map.
Then you can make an intelligence save at the. See if we get out of this confusion.
That's not bad. That's not as bad as being confused
All right.
and in melee with the other guy.
Okay, so we're good now.
You're good. You're no longer confused. All right, Winsome is up next. They're going to use their movement and action to swim up 30 feet to the surface. Going into round 7, Lotus, why don't you start us off?
Alright. I'll go ahead and move forward. Place them here. 3 feet. Alright, I'll go ahead and target Auril's Greed and fire off one of my Eldritch Blasts.
Hey.
for 11.
They are still standing.
Alright, one more time. 25 for 12.
And they are knocked out, unconscious, dead.
So I'm just imagining, just like in Lotus's head, it's like Alicia's, divine friends are beating him up, and then Lotus hits it with the Eldritch Blast. It starts playing a familiar song in her head, and it's like it sort of alternates between the two. It's like, show me the champion of light, Alicia, and then Lotus comes in. It's like, and I'll show you the herald of darkness. So, and here, alright, that's all for me. I guess here, I'll go ahead and pass to Akia.
All right. Let's see. Gaiman's 10 feet down. They're a giant stingray.
You can see some bubbles and stuff coming up from under the water of that guy rising.
Let's see. I move 15 feet this way. I don't see Gaiman. So, if I see this guy coming up, I think I would, let's see, go over here, go up another 5 feet, and then I guess I'm going to shoot this guy since he's still down there. Ignore the 4 damage on the last one.
All right. Well, we will apply that damage. And Akia, do you have anything else going on with this round?
Item interact? No. Bonus action? No.
All right. Well, Aural's cruelty will act first next time. So let me write that down. Let me act first next time. And I will pin it. And I will take us back to our start page. You guys have defeated 9 of the 10 Rimekeepers. Those were the Aural's Rimekeepers. Anyways, and you guys have thoroughly kicked their butt up to this point. And I don't know if a 1v4 can comeback can happen, but you just never know.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I feel
possible. I got 1 HP over here. All you gotta do is just blow on me.
I feel like after seeing that battle, if we would not have gotten a surprise round, there definitely could have been some character death there. Just depending on the dice.
Just depends on the dice. I knew you guys had some crazy ideas floating around and going about, so I just, I was ready for anything. And so were you guys. You guys were ready for underwater chicanery, and I'm all here for it. Well, folks, I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. If you guys need me for anything, please don't be afraid to reach out and ask. Very excited. My wife and I are getting to go on our first date in a super long time tomorrow to celebrate our anniversary that happened a couple weeks back. So I'm excited for that for this weekend, y'all.
Nice.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Thank you. We're going to go see Larry David in Chicago. If you've seen Curb Your Enthusiasm or watched Seinfeld.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
I was just in Chicago this week.
Oh, you were just in Chicago this week, Lex? That's awesome. So
I had the work expo on Monday through Wednesday, so I got home on Wednesday evening.
We live an hour and a half south of Chicago, and so does Nathan, who plays in Mythic and in Daybreak.
I'll have to keep that in mind the next time I come out there.
Yeah, because we're on the Indiana side of things. It's kind of strange because you go on one side of the border, cigarettes are cheaper. On the other side, booze is cheaper. So right on the border, you've got a line of cigarette stores on one side, and on the other side, a line of liquor stores. It's fun. Oh, and in Illinois, now that it's rec legal, there's lines of marijuana stores, and on the Indiana side, there's billboards for marijuana lawyers if you get caught by a cop.
Nice.
Cool. Well, I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend, and I will let you guys know how that goes. And I will see you guys next week for we can end this chapter, and then we can plan out how you guys are going to solve the issues in Bryn Shander as we continue this adventure.
All right. Thanks for the game.
My
Thanks for
pleasure,
running.
gentlemen. Bye.
Thanks.
And thanks everyone for tuning in. Catch you next time.